Ladies and gentlemen, you are looking live at the La Crosse Central Riverhawk Gymnasium for tonight's matchup between the La Crosse Central Riverhawks and your River Falls Wildcats. Well, joining me tonight is Brooke Dusick and Amelie Pankinen on camera. Ava Peters is in the director's seat. And to my left, I have Mike Johnson and Jeff Johnson. They are not related, as we know, but they are going to be doing the color commentary tonight. They're talking, they're big deals. Both of them are big deals, Ava. They're talking to somebody. But we're going to bring you the game tonight. We're going to do a little tail of the tape, Ava. What do you think about that? Sounds good to me. Okay. Well, also, again, at halftime, for those of you tuning in right now, we're going to do a little Wildcat trivia sponsored by Tarnation Tavern, and then after that, the pilot Ava Peters is going to interview Brooke Dusick and Amelie Pankinen at halftime to catch up on the volleyball season that is now complete. But tonight we have boys basketball, and River Falls comes in at 0-0. This is their season opener. Zach Campbell is entering his 12th season. He has an overall career head coaching record of 167 and 97, 2 conference titles. In the last 6 seasons, Ava, Coach Campbell is 105 and 41. Wildcat boys basketball has been smoking red hot the last 6 seasons. Last year in 22-23, the Wildcats finished 15 and 10 overall. They were 8 and 6 in the Big Rivers Conference and tied for 3rd place with Chippewa Falls. They fell behind Hudson and Memorial. River Falls lost in the region semifinals of the WIAA D2 playoffs to Rice Lake 55-41. That was in early March. This year, to start off the 23-24 season, the Wildcats are ranked preseason number 9 in D2 by Wiz Sports. And also Wiz Sports predicts the Wildcats to finish 1st place in the BRC. And Mike Johnson, a big reason for that is their returning starters. There's 4 of them. Senior Joey Butts, Junior Preston Johnson, Junior Eli Johnson, and Senior Jonas Severson. Talk about that. That fearsome foursome right there for a minute.
Sure, no, glad to. With all 4 getting quite a bit of not just playing time last year, but attention, and then getting to play over the summer and work, and it's nice that all 4 of them play a fall sport. I think they're all very excited to start the basketball season in a climate-controlled environment. But it'll be interesting to see how they fare tonight, and especially with the newer players coming in too.
Well, so one of the things that sticks out to me with our River Falls basketball squad, we have a lot of multi-sport athletes, and you talked about like Eli's playing football, Preston's playing football, Joey plays soccer, Jonah plays football. I mean, so they're coming in, and, I remember my dad always used to talk about, hey, you guys got your football legs, and I don't, there is something to that.
Mm-hmm. I can't speak for the other players, but as a former coach, I knew that, there's just a different type of conditioning when you're playing football for that long, and those bursts of speed where you've got a play that lasts maybe 10-15 seconds, and then you've got basketball where the clock could go for a full minute. And so anyway, both I consider contact sports, but I know with soccer there's a tremendous amount of conditioning that goes into that. So I don't worry about Joey as much as, let's say, I would worry about my own son Eli.
Yeah. Well, we welcome Jeff Johnson, and Jeff, I know you're kind of a big deal, and you're just fighting fans off left and right over here. You can't even get on the mic.
Well, I tell you what, it's good to be here. It's been 9 months almost to the day, Greg, since the Wildcats have played a varsity basketball game, and I know they're excited to get out here and see what they got this season. And I can tell you, we couldn't have picked a more difficult opponent, I think, than La Crosse Central.
Well, we didn't even talk about that, but that is a tremendous segue, Mr. Johnson. So I know Zach told me himself he has never beat La Crosse Central. Jeff, you said you don't think Coach Galke ever did either, but last year La Crosse Central finished 23-6 overall. They were 11-1 in the Mississippi Valley Conference. They were co-champs with Onalaska, and they were 10-1 at home in conference. The Riverhawks lost in the WIAA D2 state semifinal to Whitenaw. 53-52. That was a nail-biter. But the Riverhawks did lose senior Nick Williams. He was the conference player of the year last year. He's at Bay College out in Michigan. They also lost Bennett Freed, and he's playing at Drake this year, so they did lose a couple of studs. But Jeff, tell me a little about what you know about Central in the past.
Yeah, well, Central, like you mentioned, they were at last year's state tournament. In fact, they've been at 6 of the last 8 state tournaments they've qualified for. So obviously,
what is Coach Todd Fergo? What does he have in the water down here?
Yeah, he's got it going here. He's been here since 2004. In the last decade or so, they've been quite a force, and certainly in this
talk
part
about
of the
some
state.
of the players too that have come through here. I mean, you're not talking just college players. I mean, they're big time players that have been here.
You can see them up on the wall. You know, Kobe King, 2017. Mr. Basketball, Johnny Davis, who now plays for the Washington Wizards, 2020, Wisconsin Mr. Basketball. His brother Jordan, who played at Wisconsin, and I believe now he's at Illinois State, I think. So they've had quite a few big-time players come through here. You mentioned Bennett Freed last year, along with Nick Williams. This year, their stud is number 22. That's Henry Meyer. Last year, he averaged 16 points and 5 rebounds a game, and he can score from all 3 levels. Greg, he can shoot the 3. Tuesday night against Eau Claire North, he really demonstrated his pull-up jumper from inside the lane, and he can also get to the rim. So
yeah, the Riverhawks ousted Eau Claire North by a final of 66-53 this past Tuesday. So they have a game under their belt, which is kind of a big deal too in the early going.
Yeah, they do. That helps. That first game, watching that game on Tuesday night, the first 7 or 8 minutes were awful. I mean, from both teams, there were a lot of missed shots and a lot of turnovers, and it's that first game jitters that the Wildcats are going to have to get through tonight. And hopefully they're in good shape by the time they get through the first part of the first half, so they can settle in a little bit and play some River Falls basketball.
How excited is PJ Preston Johnson ready to hit it tonight? You know, he injured his ankle pretty badly last year, missed 10 games, came back at the very last game, but he wasn't himself.
Yeah, he wasn't there. Yeah, he broke his fibula last January after about halfway through the season, and yeah, this is really the first time he's been healthy since then for a high school basketball game, and he's excited. You know, as I'm sure all the rest of the guys are too. We got a fair amount of experience and a fair amount of inexperience too, as well. The Wildcats do this year, and I'm sure we'll be talking about that as we go through the evening.
Rob Derry texted in from the Derry Acres and said we were a little hot, so I turned the mic down a little bit. Rob Derry, I went right by his radio station that he interned at. He interned at 95.7 in La Crosse. He was kind of the Les Nessman. He was on the news. He was the Les Nessman on the news, but he was all kind of did serve 2 purposes. He was also Dr. Johnny Fever. Here we go. Well, Mike, how do you like this hat that Kevin Westhouse, River Falls Sports? It's kind of a big deal, isn't it?
Westy takes care of you. He takes care of a lot of us, but especially you, Greg. Beautiful hat.
I appreciate it. Well, here we go with the introductions. For the Wildcats, number 4, a 6'6 junior post player. That's Eli Johnson. Number 10, a 6'1 point guard. Number 10, Preston Johnson. Number 13, 6'3, number 13, Hayden Botlefson. And number 24, 6'1 senior, number 24, Joey Butts. And number 2, our director, Ava Peters, told me I forgot Braden Gretz, 5'10 senior. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining us. We're here once again in La Crosse, Wisconsin at La Crosse Central High School. Riverhawks and Wildcats about to go at it. Jeff Johnson and Mike Johnson here to my left on color. Ava Peters in the director's chair along with Brooke Dusick and Amelie Pankinen helping out.
Reminder that the Central Alumni Association is doing a 50-50 raffle tonight.
They got a lot of stuff going on tonight, Mike. They got raffles going on. Student section's pretty packed.
It's a good-sized crowd for a Thursday night, for sure.
I got to make sure my tickets are...
oh, you have tickets, huh?
I do. I'm going to be paying attention at halftime.
And let's play some basketball.
How are those levels for you guys right there?
Really good.
All right. All right, jump ball. We got Eli Johnson and number 20, Noah Dingle. Wildcats win the tip. Preston Johnson with the ball at the point. Riverhawks in a man-to-man, kicks it out to Butts. Butts from the left side, rattles in and out. Nice rebound by Eli Johnson. His putback is no good. And rebound there by number 5, Frankie Wilk.
I like the drive and kick on the first possession there, Greg. Got Joey a wide open jumper. He's usually going to knock those down.
That thing went about as far in as it could go, but kicked out. Wildcats starting off in the man-to-man. Wildcats go man-to-man pretty much quite a bit, don't they, Jeff?
They do. I'd say
nice
close to
yeah.
100% of the time as you can possibly see.
That turnaround off the backboard by 6'5 power forward Noah Dingle. Riverhawks up 2-zip right out of the gate here in La Crosse, Wisconsin. Gretz on the right side, kicks it back over to Butts. Kevin Westhouse calls Hayden Botlefson H-Bot, is that correct?
That's
Yes,
correct.
it is.
That's
Preston Johnson wheels, deals. Nice defense by the Riverhawks. Kicks it to a wide open Braden Gretz off the front edge. Rebounded by the Riverhawk.
hey, 2 good possessions though. We got 2 wide open threes.
Yep.
Those will start going in as we move forward here.
I really like the spacing by the Wildcats on the first 2 possessions. Looking to screen and move, and good spacing overall by all 5 kids.
Preston Johnson draws the assignment of Henry Meyer, the do-everything player for La Crosse Central.
Henry Myers, a 6'3 senior guard for Central. Their top returning player for Coach Todd Fergut. Is that French, Jeff? Does he pronounce that Fergo? Fergut. Oh, that's all right. We guessed and guessed right. Coach Fergut donning all black shirt, all black pants, and a red tie.
All Coach Fergut was missing from 30 years ago is the color of the tie. He's been a long-time coach in Wisconsin basketball.
Well, at halftime, we got a Wildcat Trivia sponsored by Tarnation Tavern, and it is about an assistant coach that's currently on the staff, new to this year, and you'll want to stick around for that halftime trivia. Wildcats will take it out on the baseline. Preston Johnson to throw it in for the Cats. Butts comes off a screen, stops and pops from 3, just a little long, but gets the rebounded Karam. Nice pass from Preston. Over to number 13, Hayden Botlefson, no good. And Eli Johnson is battling on the boards, boys.
Yeah, we're going to have to hit the offensive glass tonight, but Central does a nice job of checking out. Eli was just kind of fortunate to get the good roll, and hopefully get this out of bounds play with a nice clean look.
Preston Johnson to throw it in on the inbound for the Wildcats. Wildcats have a turnover. It'll be Riverhawk basketball. La Crosse Central up 2-zip and 15-20 left in the first period.
See a little bit of action in the post there, a little bit of physicality.
Yep.
Pretty soon I think we'll get a whistle.
Well, Mike, we have River Falls students up here in the booth with us tonight. Ava Peters in the director's chair and Brooke Dusick on the camera. We were doing a little, that's a
nice
big-time block by Eli Johnson.
Very fortunate to have such athleticism on our right here tonight, right? Right, Greg?
I tell you what, we were doing a little homework or a little kitchen duties with the clock here, but we got her figured out. Meyer in the lane with the ball, guarded by Johnson. Eli, that is. Nice move off the glass by Henry Meyer. That's a big-time play right there, Jeff.
Really nice jump hook there.
Well, Wildcats have had a couple of good possessions. There's a left-handed three from Preston Johnson. No good. Rebounded by Noah Dingle.
They're getting good looks, Greg.
Yeah, they are.
They're just not going down right now. And
there's a three-point attempt. Nothing but the bottom of the net for number 10, Peyton Strittmater. The 6'2 guard has the Riverhawk up on top 7-0 here in the early going. Wildcats got to settle down, Mike.
Yep, just take their time, look for a good shot, get into the lane like that.
Nice move by Preston Johnson. Got doubled up, kept his head, and 2 off the glass for junior Preston Johnson.
High percentage shot. He really kept that ball covered. There was plenty of pressure in the lane, and he cradled it and put it up and in.
Wildcats down by just 5, 13-37 left in the first half. There's a drive in the lane. I think they're going to get a block on Eli Johnson, and it is. That's his first and team first.
Jonas Severson entering the game for his first appearance of the season.
Jonas Severson, a 6'3 senior. He's wearing number 50. Preston Johnson on Meyer. Meyer all the way to the rack. Finger roll, George Gervin style, up and good.
He's a load. He's tough to handle.
Number 11, Cody Olson, a 6'3 senior for the Wildcats, is moved up down on the bench. Boy, nice move by Preston Johnson. He gets the hoop and the hack. And Preston will go to the line for one shot. Great step back and then explosive move to the basket, Mike.
Excellent stop-and-go move. Kept it really strong going to the cup, and he was able to absorb that contact for the and one. Let's put it in here.
9-4 is your score. 13:08 left in the first half.
Finishes the job. Like to see the kids talking. Jeff and I have mentioned that before, talking on the free throw, getting the defense set, getting everybody lined up, but it looks like a couple of them might not have been lined up there.
Ugh. Meyer from about 25, in and out. Nice rebound by Eli Johnson. He swats off number 4, Dane Axness.
Coach Campbell wants much quicker ball movement.
Boy, look at that battle down low by the number 4s, Axness and Johnson down on the block. They were going at it earlier.
Good
Joey
luck.
Butts from the left side.
It looked to be on Eli with a shove with a hip.
Those two, Axness and Eli Johnson, were going at it, but right before refs didn't call anything, but they got the second one. You could have called that either way, really.
That's Eli's second personal foul, which...
In for the Wildcats, Eli Johnson will take a break. In for the Cats, number 11, 6'3", Cody Olson.
A lot of guys tonight getting their first major varsity experience. Cody Olson's one Braden Gretz is another.
Brody Gretz is on the court now for the Wildcats.
Also out there too. Yep, that's another.
There's a three-point attempt from the top of the key. That was by number 10, Peyton Strittmater. Joey Butts up. He'll be fouled. Basket not good, and Butts will go to the line for 2 shots.
Really nice to have 3 guys go for that defensive board. We get the loose ball, nice spacing on the 2-on-1 with an awfully nice bounce pass to get that foul.
At the line shooting 2, Joey Butts.
Butts looking good from the free throw line. Gets that one to go in for the Riverhawks. Number 20, Noah Dingle, and number 15, Marcion Baisley.
Yeah, Marshawn Baisley, he will press the entire game, Greg. That's what he did the other night, and he'll try to wear Preston down.
He's a sophomore.
Yep. He's quick. He doesn't lunge on defense and does a good job staying square to the offensive player.
Marshawn Baisley guarded by Brody Gretz. We want to give a shout-out to Brody's uncle, Johnny Ballgame Gretz, down in Arizona. He's on a golf trip right now, Mike. He's watching from Arizona. Johnny Ballgame, thanks for tuning in, brother.
Little temperature difference there.
Well, it's warm inside the La Crosse Central Gym tonight.
Great hustle by Cody Olson, really manning the middle, but stepping out to help his teammates.
Gretz, Brody that is, gets Marshawn Baisley on the arm just a little bit in the act of shooting. And Baisley will head to the line for 2 shots. That's the first foul on Brody Gretz. We have 2 sets of brothers. And some people looking at the roster might think we have 3. But Eli and Preston are not related, as I know, anyway. Now in for Central number 14, Joey Protaski. He's a 6'3" sophomore.
Henry Meyer back in the game after a very quick breather.
Yeah.
He wasn't out long. Preston's out of the game, and the Central goes into a press here.
Brody Gretz is a 6-foot sophomore. Boy, Central, they get after it hard on defense too, don't they?
They do. That's been a staple of their program for many, many years.
Little screen by Severson. Butts with the ball. Severson baseline, kicks it, cross court. Over to Braden Gretz, and Brody Gretz from downtown knocks down the 3 and ties up the ball game at 10 apiece.
There was no hesitation on that one. You knew that was going up. He was looking right at the hoop. Nice follow through and nothing but net.
Well, the Wildcats started this ball game down 7-zip, and they've since went on a 10-3 run. There's 10:18 left in the first half, and Riverhawks with the ball.
They seem to have settled in a little bit, Greg, after that rough start. We're a little amped up, I thought, and they survived it, and I think they're in pretty good shape right now.
Wildcats were taking great shots. What kind of got them? Preston had a great drive and could have panicked and turned it over, and he had a great basket and got the Wildcats right back in it. There's a 3-point attempt by Protaski. Protaski from the baseline, you can count that one. And the Riverhawks are staked to a 3-point lead, 9:40 left in the first half. Severson over to Gretz. Butts all the way to the basket. He's pushed, nothing called. Gretz again from corner 3, no good, rebounded by Dingle. Meyer from about 21, no good. Nice hustle by Joey Butts and Joey Protaski, and it'll stay right there on the baseline, Riverhawk basketball.
Bottleson back in the game for Braden Gretz.
And Peyton Strittmater to take it out for Central. On the court for your Wildcats, Butts, Botlefson, Severson, Olson, and number 23, that would be Brody Gretz.
Good
in
job
the lane. Meyer,
good
no
job
good.
on defense by Jonah that time.
Excellent.
Good rebound there by Olson. Boy, they're battling down low. Nice rebound and kick out by Jonas Severson. There's a wide open Joey Butts from the right side. And Joey Butts, it's a can of corn. He knocks it down and ties it up at 13 apiece.
Great things always happen when you hit the offensive glass. That was a direct result.
Boy, Jonas Severson did a heck of a job, too. Not just got the rebound, but it left his hand out and kicked it out within milliseconds. They're going to get that foul on Cody Olson.
Foul number 11, Cody Olson.
That'll be his first and team fourth.
Team fourth.
Well, what do I know since I'm 90 feet away? But I think 20 was clearing out with his left arm before going up. Caught Cody in the beak a little bit, but
Yeah.
Nevertheless, Cody can take it if you've seen him on the football field.
Dingle at the line for 2 shots. He misses the first one. Back in for your Wildcats, number 10, Preston Johnson. Ava, how's the scoreboard looking over there?
It's pretty good, I'd say.
All right.
I mean, I'd like to add a few more to River Falls, but
There you go.
There have been some times in the not-too-distant past where we'd take 13-13 and run out of here.
Yeah. They're trying to get Preston in the post.
Cross court. Nice hard pass there by Gretz. Great rebound by Olson once again. Olson gets away with a little push there on Dingle, but there's a long three. Short. A nice hustle there by number 5, Frankie Wilk. That was Wilk with the 3. Back in for the Riverhawks, number 4, Dane Axness. And back in for the Wildcats, number 21, Jacob Hansen.
Another Wildcat, Greg, making his first varsity appearance, I believe.
Hansen's a 6'5 senior. Preston Johnson with the ball. He's guarded by Stripmater. Am I saying that last name right, Jeff?
I think so.
Gretz back out. Kicks it over to a wide open Cody Olson. Excuse me, that was Hayden Botlefson. Botlefson just off, rebounded by the Riverhawks. Boy, both teams playing. They're both playing up at a 10 right now with as far as effort. High intensity on the defensive end for both teams.
It's nice to see River Falls match that defensive intensity. You're not going to see any better.
Jonah Severson goes to his left, lays it up with the right, and the Wildcats with their first lead of the ball game.
As Jonah broke through there, but I was going to say help side defense and fundamental defense and kids playing hard from La Crosse Central, but Noah had a wonderful drive there to get to. Great help. Great help.
Grab it.
Well, Jonah Severson was the leading rusher for the Big Rivers Conference in football, and I don't think there's a whole lot of guys that are going to be looking to take a charge from him coming down the lane.
Absolutely not.
No.
Absolutely
And
not.
Jonah can put the ball on the deck and drive like that. He proved that last season. And
He's
definitely not afraid to do that. Kind of an underrated part of his game.
good player in and out. Boy, they're getting Preston Johnson with an offensive foul there?
No, the foul was on the screen. That's
okay.
Jacob Hansen.
Okay.
Foul number 21, Jacob Hansen.
That was Hansen's first and team 5th.
Team foul number
That seemed to be the call of the day, guys, last week when we had that scrimmage against Northwestern and Prescott. It seemed like there was a moving screen every 3-4 times down the court. So that's something we have to clean up.
There's a 3 once again from number 10, Peyton Stripmater, no good. Rebounded by Marshawn Baisley, and Baisley puts it back and ties up the ball game at 15 apiece. Well, I think, Mike, sometimes the refs at the beginning of the season and they're talking, they say, hey, we're gonna look at this or certain things, and they do look for from stuff like that. Preston Johnson wide open for three. And Johnson tickles the twine. Nothing but the bottom of the net. The Wildcats are up by 3.
You bet. The officials, when they're working scrimmages and early season games too, they're working on their game just like the kids are. But
that one's from 25. Number 5, Frankie Wilk, a junior shooting guard, ties up the ball game. This game's going back and forth, guys.
That's Wilk's role, Craig. That's basically all he does is he shoots from 3.
I mean, that was from La Crescent.
He can shoot it.
Good defense by Baisley. Coach Zach Campbell tried to call a timeout to no avail. Baisley ties it up. It'll be Riverhawk basketball.
As you called it real quick, Baisley is extremely aggressive on defense, and we saw that Tuesday when we watched a little of the Eau Claire North Central game on Tuesday night.
Yep, for sure. He's
Joey Butts is back in for the Wildcats. Not only get some senior leadership, but also some toughness both on defense and offense for Mr. Butts. Little pass over to Joey Butts in the corner, back out to Preston Johnson. He swings it around. They're looking for Jonas Severson down low. He gets it. Severson spins, wheels, deals, fires up with the right hand. Great move.
Really nice.
By the senior Jonas Severson. 20-18, that's your score. 4:25 left in the first half. It's been a good ball game, Mike.
Yeah, absolutely. Really, that last play was really nice to see.
Nice
Jonah.
pass.
Nice to see Jonah
realize he missed a bunny, but a great pass from number 5, Frankie Wilk.
Realized that double team coming, and then he just slipped off that right hip, and a beautiful shot.
Left-handed three-pointer by Preston Johnson. Nice box out down there by Joey Protaski.
In and out. That's a good look, I think, that the Wildcats will take.
Meyer kicks it back out to Protaski. And the Riverhawks set up shop. Frankie Wilk with the ball at the top of the key, guarded by Severson. Tough to mismatch the Wildcats, really. If they're switching and you're looking for that, there's going to be a foul on number 5, Frankie Wilk. But yeah, Jeff, tough to mismatch the Wildcats on defense because even their big guys, move really well. The guards they have some strong guards, and just tough to mismatch.
Mm-hmm. For sure, Jonas Severson, he's typically a 4 when he's out there on the floor, but he can switch on to just about everybody with the way he's able to move his feet. And
sometimes, a good coach like Coach Ferget will, kind of run some different screens and try to get some mismatches defensively, but tough to do that for the Wildcats.
Baisley now out of the game. The freshman, Gabe Survey, in the game now, number 3.
He is a 5'11" shooting guard. Going to be backcourt on the Wildcats, and it'll be Central basketball. 20-18, Wildcats on top. If you're just joining us, 3:17 remaining in the first half. We haven't had a timeout yet. We haven't had a chance to say thanks to First National Bank of River Falls yet.
Love it when Cody Olson and the boys talk like that on defense.
Cody Olson is guarding Noah Dingle. Watch that matchup down low. They're looking like they're trying to go to him, and they did. Little turnaround from about 8 feet. Not even looking. Dingle gets it to go and ties up the game at 20. Preston Johnson with the ball on the left. Nice pass to Butts at the top of the key. Nothing but the bottom of the net. Joey Butts puts the Wildcats up by 3.
Again, great passing and crisp, crisp cuts and just a really nice to see the spacing.
Meyer wheeling and dealing, gets his own rebound and put back, and they're going to call a foul on number 11, Cody Olson. That'll be his second and team 6th. And number 23, Brody Gretz, back in the ballgame for Coach Campbell.
Count the basket for Henry Meyer. He'll shoot one.
Just a little bit slow on that second jump to get the rebound there. Just caught us a little flat-footed.
Well, senior guard Joey Butts was the leading points per game leader for the Wildcats last year at 15.5 per game. Preston Johnson with the ball. And the Wildcats set up shop. Nice pass, nice give and go by the Wildcats.
Beautiful pass.
Preston Johnson kicks it over to Botlefson, and he streaked to the basket. Botlefson found him. Preston Johnson for two. Wildcats up by two. 1:44 left in the first half for those driving down the road and listening on your Bluetooth speakers.
Traveling.
Jeff, and
Boy, Marshawn Baisley is quick, isn't he?
Yeah, I didn't see who set that screen. I know it was a beautiful cut by Preston, but I didn't see who set that screen. But it was just an awfully beautiful setup on that cut and a great pass.
Work to perfection. Gretz back over to Johnson. He goes to his left, kicks it back out to Gretz. Severson over to Butts. Preston thought about it. Severson's down low, just setting screen after screen.
Missed a wide open cutter there.
Johnson for three. Nothing but the bottom of the net. Preston Johnson tickles the twine and puts the Wildcats up by 5 with 55 seconds left in the first half.
Preston kind of making up for lost time tonight, I guess. He's got 13 points right now to lead the Wildcats.
And Preston Johnson guarding the toughest Riverhawk of all, number 22, Henry Meyer. Boy, Meyer's a good in and out player. He goes to the hole hard and has a sweet-looking jumper from the outside.
Yeah, he can score at all three levels like we talked earlier. He's not afraid to pull from there.
He pulled from about 25.5, no good.
And I would pull it out right here, Hayden, and take
Smart
one
move.
shot. One shot.
Gretz got away with a little bit of a travel, but kicks it out.
Yep,
Johnson thought about it. He's on fire right now.
There we go.
And that's a smart play from the junior point guard with 17 seconds left. He pulls it out.
Let's see a
Holds
high
on to
screen.
it for the last shot. Boy, they did it again. Lacrosse
Get in.
Central cannot get that play down. The Wildcats are feasting off the give and go. And ladies and gentlemen, that is your halftime score. Wildcats 28, Central 23. Stick around. We're going to have some Wildcat trivia sponsored by Tarnation Tavern. We're going to get everything fixed up here. Jeff, do you want to watch the YouTube, the chat?
Oh, I will.
Check it out. I'll put it up here. Just
Make
a
sure
second.
there's nothing inappropriate on there, you mean?
Well, no, I'm just saying for people that
for
are
the
popping in for the
I
trivia.
gotcha. Yes, I will do that.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's Wildcat Halftime Trivia brought to you by Tarnation Tavern. For hot chicken and live music, it's Tarnation Tavern on the corner of Maple and Main in downtown River Falls. All right, most of the Legion of Loyal listeners know the drill. Text your answer to 715-307-2360. Once again, that number is 715-307-2360. Or you can post in the chat section, and Mr. Jeff Johnson's going to watch that one for us. The first correct answer will win a $10 gift card to Tarnation Tavern. Here is your question. New Wildcat boys basketball assistant coach Ron Jersa has coached basketball in the NCAA for over 30 years. He was a head coach at the University of Georgia and Marshall University. He was most recently an assistant at UNC Greenville last year before retiring. From 2006 to 2013, he was an assistant men's basketball coach at the University of Minnesota, who was the head coach for the Gophers during that same time frame. Once again, text your answer to 715-307-2360. Looking for the Gopher head coach that coached with current Wildcat assistant coach Ron Jersa from 2006 to 2013.
Summer season. In 5th grade, Roderick Anderson, 9,070 shots made. In 7th grade, Egan Delap, 10,000 made.
We're also going to have, while we're waiting for some trivia question answers, we're also going to have,
And Travell Jones also.
every time we win, this is new, every time that the Wildcats win a basketball game, girls basketball or boys basketball, we're going to announce so you guys have to pick it. And actually the girl, but there's a swinging bridge.
Maybe you guys should pick it since we have children playing tonight. Maybe you guys should pick it.
We can do that. The Swinging Bridge Baller of the Week. Swinging Bridge Baller of the Week, brought to you by Swinging Bridge Brewery. We got Todd Strop got it.
I got Rick Pitino and Tubby Smith.
So what time do you have it on there? Does it say?
I don't know how you determine that.
I think Todd Strop got it. Todd Strop, I think, got it before that.
What's
Tubby Smith.
Tubby Smith's
It was
answer?
Tubby Smith.
All right.
Ron Jersa, who coaches for Matt Gretz, you are incorrect, but you're too late anyway. So once again, thanks to Tarnation Tavern for sponsoring tonight's Wildcat Trivia question, and the answer was Tubby Smith. And your winner tonight, T-Sizzle, Todd Strott. Todd, I'll get you that $10 gift card here before the week's out. And once again, we're going to say thanks again to Swinging Bridge Brewery and we'll announce the Baller of the Week. Now the Wildcats have to win the game, and they'll get a trophy for the Baller of the Week. I think they called and asked if they could do it. The Garage Bikes and Brews did it in football, and Swinging Bridge wanted to do it, so the Godfather Kevin Westhouse said, okay. Well, we're going to take a little bit of a break, and we're going to let Ava Peters interview two of the Wildcat volleyball players, and they'll carry us out to the end of the half, okay?
Sounds good.
Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Just making sure. I can't tell if my bike's working or not. It's good?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're good. You're good.
So I'm here with both Brooke Dusick and Amelie Pankinen. Amelie was number 3 for our River Falls volleyball. Brooke was number 2. First, I'll start with Amelie. You made second team all-conference in the BRC and definitely have contributed a lot this season, having very solid games against Chippewa Falls in our regional final game and Eau Claire Memorial in the section final. How are you a different player from the start of the season to the end?
I feel like, first of all, I'm just much more of a smarter volleyball player than when I started. I feel like I know more like shots and like just where to put the ball better. And I feel like that part of the game is so important that just helped me grow so much.
Yeah. And then what was your reaction when you found out that you were on our varsity team?
I was really excited because I've put in a lot of work towards volleyball, and I feel like kind of seeing the results of that just was a very exciting experience for me.
Yeah. So I remember our practice early on in our season this year. Can you explain to me your confusion on why you missed our practice?
So I don't actually know like how I missed it, but I just remember that I thought I was in the hitting group, but I was actually in the primary passing group, and I was very stressed out when I found out that I was missing practice, and I was sleeping, and I woke up and found that out.
For a little insider, it is a joke now that Amelie Pankinen is actually a primary passer because she didn't know that. But she is, in case you still didn't know.
Thank you.
And now we'll go over to Brooke Dusick. What was your reaction when you got the email about being on varsity?
I was also very excited, and again, seeing like all the work I've put into it, like going to ETS, doing club volleyball and all that type of stuff. It's just really great to see like that progress too.
Right.
Yeah.
Your spot in the beginning of the season wasn't completely secure as being a right side, but you just kept on going. You kept improving, and your block became a really big thing for us towards the end of the season. It was huge against in those playoff games. What do you think makes you a different player from that 14U level in club and then competing at the WII Division I state tournament?
I'd say definitely the knowledge of the game. in 14Us, we didn't really work on blocking as much as we did in high school. And that was kind of just like a whole different experience for me. And I feel like developing all of that really helped me out. And then also, like what Amelie said, learning about like different shots and being like a smarter volleyball player also really worked out well.
And then, Brooke, you went to the Marshall, Minnesota tournament, and we stayed at a Super 8 hotel, which we all got pretty sick at, by the way. And I was rooming with you that weekend, I remember, and it was pretty unfortunate when I saw that I was rooming with a girl who collected bugs. Can you explain that a little bit?
Well, it started off with I found a moth on the wall, so I grabbed one of those like cups that you can put like the coffee in, and I caught it with the cup, and then I noticed that there was a lot of flies as well. So I started catching all the flies too. And then I also named all of them.
That's nice. And then last question for both of you. What was your favorite thing about our team this year?
The culture.
Yeah, and I'd say definitely the way that we like mesh with each other, because we all have like different personalities, but like we still like kind of brought them together, and we all kind of match each other in a way when we were on the court, which is really cool to see.
Well, thank you two. Again, that is Amelie Pankinen and Brooke Dusek, 2 of our 3 freshmen this year on the River Falls Wildcat varsity team.
Bye.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was junior setter Ava Peters and freshman right side Brooke Dusek and freshman outside hitter Amelie Pankinen. They're also helping out on the broadcast, and they provided a little halftime interview. So thanks a lot, girls. All right, we're going to do one of those. We're going to get to one quick. Cheryl Schwans wanted me to let everybody know next Thursday, so a week from today, December 7th, at Tarnation Tavern from 5 to 8 p.m. All sales for dinner and drinks, whatever, 20% of the proceeds will go to the River Falls Athletic Booster Club. So if you have a little dinner date next Thursday night at Tarnation Tavern, 1/5 of your dinner will go straight to the athletic boosters for the Wildcats. Well, Jeff Johnson, he's back on the broadcast, and he's going to give us a little stat update for the first half. Take it away, Jeff.
All right, thanks, Greg. Appreciate it. The Wildcats in the first half led by Preston Johnson with 13 points. Joey Butts chipped in with 8 points, and Jonah Severson with 4, and Brody Gretz with 3 for a total of 28 points. Rebounding, Jonah Severson has 5 rebounds already to lead the Wildcats. Cody Olson and Eli Johnson in limited minutes had 3 rebounds each. Wildcats 10 for 25 from the floor, 40%, 5 of 10 from 2, and 5 of 15 from 3 for 33%. They've made all 3 free throws. The Riverhawks are led by Henry Meyer, who has 7 points. And those are your halftime stats.
Well, I told you guys that when the girls were doing the interview here, that if the Wildcats were going to have Eli Johnson in foul trouble for much of the first half, and we're still up by 5 heading into half number 2, I would take that.
Absolutely.
Well, Wildcats get the ball to start off the second half on the court for your Wildcats. Number 13, Hayden Botlefson. Joey Butts. That's Butts for 3 from the right side. And you can count that one. Joey Butts puts the Wildcats up by 8. There's a long 3 by number 5, Frankie Wilk. No good. Rebounded amongst the tall trees, Marshawn Baisley. Gets that rebound over Severson and Eli Johnson. It's about 14 feet of humans right there.
We got to keep Eli on the floor here, Mike.
Yeah, I was just going to say that, seeing him lunge into to Henry.
Preston Johnson almost comes up with a steal. Nice little offensive rebound by Wilt.
Smart.
And another good rebound.
Smart. Love to see
Hayden
Bottleson. Love to see Hayden Bottleson protect that rebound and kick it up to Preston and then get that 3. great start for the Wildcats. Phenomenal start. It's exactly what you want to do with a minute in, right, Jeff?
That's exactly what you want to do, and it's very similar to the start of the first half. We just weren't making those shots in the first 3 to 4 minutes, but Wildcats up to a 11-point lead after being down 7-0, which seems like years ago, to start off the game.
Well, and when they started off the game too, Jeff, they were wide open threes, moving the ball, taking great shots, and they just were in and out. You know, those threes are dropping right now.
Yes, they are. Doing a really good job finding Joey. Joey doing a good job moving without the basketball, and if he's open and he has his feet set, he's one of the better catch and shoot shooters probably, certainly in this part of the state.
And people have no idea too. One of our color commentators tonight, Jeff Johnson, he's got his son Zach Johnson playing for UW River Falls. They're playing Crown tonight. He's watching that game on his laptop and also watching his other son Preston doing triple duty tonight, Mike.
That's information overload.
Yes.
You know, in the timeout, I was really watching.
And he's doing stats.
I was watching Coach Fergut with his kids, and that just shows what type of coach he is, communicator he is. He wasn't yelling and hollering at the kids. He was, patient, talking about their spacing defensively, and really just doing teaching, especially this early in the year with some players that really haven't seen the floor much for Central.
Well, and the way they shoot the ball and the way they play defense, an 11-point lead is not anything at all for Central.
Now with number 22, Henry Meyer on the floor, that's for sure.
He can heat up like a microwave.
Yep, absolutely. So Wildcats have done a nice job. Preston's doing a good job staying in front of him. He's got 7 points so far for the night, and I think the Wildcats will take that.
Preston drops down double teams, number 20, Noah Dingle. Meyer short, rebounded by Preston Johnson. He goes up high with one hand, and he's wheeling and dealing through a load of Riverhawks. There's Butts again from the right side. Look at that board by Eli Johnson. Put back no good, rebounded by Wilk.
Eli a little off balance there.
Yeah, you hate to criticize your kid, but he's got to get his footing and go up strong.
Your director, Ava Peters, liked that comment, Mr. Johnson.
Yeah, I'll yell at him. Yell at him when I get home.
I feel like I heard that on the broadcast myself through watching volleyball.
No.
Grab it, fellas.
Nice hustle there by number 14, Joey Protaski. Rob Derry tells me that, what was it? Oh, it's Motter. He said it's Peyton Stritt-Motter. Rob's a lacrosse guy from way back. He would know.
Yep, he's got the dialect and inflection, pronunciation.
Second team foul.
Henry Meyer at the line for 2 shots. Wildcats up by 11, 34-23 is your score, 15:40 left in the second half.
Jeff and Greg, I'll be interested to see after Henry pops these free throws here. Watching the second half, how they're starting to guard Preston in the second half, face guarding real heavy with Protaski. Not even looking at once he passes the ball.
Well, the offense tonight has absolutely started and ended with Preston Johnson. He's the straw that stirs the drink, no doubt about that. Riverhawk students jersey night tonight. Botlefson looking for Eli Johnson down low. Good defense by Meyer. Nice pass from Severson to Johnson, back out to H-Bot. Long, but another good rebound by Preston Johnson.
Smart move, way to get it out of there.
Wildcats are crashing the boards tonight, Jeff.
Good spacing.
Yes, they are. Eli looking to get on the board here. Good look outside to Bottleson.
Nice rebound there's a couple of Riverhawks laying on the ground, and Eli Johnson gets a wide open rebound and put back. And the Wildcats are up by 12, 14:53 left in the second half.
Let's get some talking on defense here, fellas. Good help. Good help.
Well, I'm very impressed with the way the Wildcats are playing defense and rebounding tonight.
Help.
Especially for the first game of the year. Severson, I was going to say, got away with a reach-in, but he did not. They call the reach-in on Jonas Severson.
I believe that's Jonah's second personal foul.
And team fourth.
Jonas Severson is second.
And number 23, Brody Gretz, will come in for the Wildcats, and Preston Johnson will take a short break. On the court for your, go ahead.
I was going to say very short, I would imagine here.
On the court for your Wildcats, Severson, Johnson, Botlefson, Butts, and Gretz. Brody, that is. There's a three on the left side. You can count that. That was 6'5" forward Noah Dingle from way downtown. Riverhawks back within 9. Severson goes hard to the rack, stopped by Dingle. There's a wide open Gretz for three, in and out, and rebounded by Frankie Wilk. Number 11, Cody Olson, is at the docket for the Wildcats. They're going to get Henry Meyer with a charge.
Excellent position by Hayden on that.
Offensive foul number 22, Henry Meyer, his second.
It's Meyer's second personal foul. Could have gone either way, probably.
Yeah,
but
Olson back in the game, and Eli Johnson will take a break. 36-27, that's your score. 13:39 left in the second half, and Brody Gretz handling the point guard duties for your Wildcats. Jonas Severson goes right, kicks it back out, swings it over to Butts. Butts guarded by Strittmatter.
Beautiful
Butts
fade.
for three from the left side, going to be short and left, and rebounded by Wilk once again. Meyer with the ball. Meyer guarded by Botlefson. There's a three, going to be a little to the right. That was by Frankie Wilk. Here come the Cats. Gretz has his pass stolen by number 10, Peyton Strittmatter, but his layup is no good either. Here come the Cats.
Very, very difficult to make that cross-court pass. You know, that's a great lesson for early in the year.
You have to have some MPHs on that pass. Botlefson for three, no good. Rebounded by Olson. Back to H-Bot. Nice pass by Severson. Great pass by Severson.
Beautiful.
And a great drive and bucket by number 23, Brody Gretz. Boy,
and another timeout by Central.
Another timeout by Central, and we're going to say thank you to First National Bank of River Falls.
First National Bank of River Falls is a proud sponsor of River Falls High School. We've been sponsoring River Falls High School athletics for over 50 years. We're proud to support area students, student athletes, and educators within our schools. Together, we're building a better community, one child at a time.
They're doing the raffle ticket reading. Mike, did you win?
I did not.
69925.
Close.
Close.
Only about 400 off.
Yeah. I shouldn't have gotten here so early.
Well, once again, at the conclusion of this game, we will award one player, if the Wildcats win, the Swinging Bridge Baller of the Week. Once again, the Swinging Bridge Baller of the Week brought to you by Swinging Bridge Brewery.
So you got Baisley back in the game for the Riverhawks.
Getting this clockwork done over here. Mike, we got her going. 38-27, that's your score here. 11:49 left in the second half. Marshawn Baisley in for the Riverhawks. Myers, nice cut, nice shot, doesn't go though. Wildcats with a rebound. Butts guarded by Meyer.
Good spacing. Joey directing a little traffic out
Joey's
there.
got some tape on his left wrist. It's kind of unwinding. Olson over to Severson, throws a bullet right at the midsection. Severson comes up with it, barrels into the lane. No call, no good. Rebounded by number 14, Joey Protaski.
Good hustle back, and we're all in defensive position.
Nice defense by Butts.
Did not allow that backdoor cut by Henry.
Wildcats probably, and Coach Campbell probably pretty content with having a long possession right here. 10:39 left in the second half. Wildcats.
Yep, another turnover. Should be.
That's a great defensive.
Excellent defensive possession.
Possession right there by the Wildcats. They milked quite a bit of time off and got the turnover. It'll be Wildcat basketball. Preston Johnson back in the game for River Falls.
Eli Johnson also back in. Wildcats bought about 3.5 minutes of rest for both Johnsons, and that's big. At this point, I'm guessing they'll be on the floor the rest of the game.
Yeah, Johnson and Johnson causing some soapy issues for the Central Riverhawks tonight, boys. Did you guys like that one or not?
That's outstanding.
They've caused some tears. On the court for your Wildcats, Gretz, there he goes. Nice move up and in. Brody Gretz.
Very aggressive play. And
the 6-foot sophomore with a big-time move. And speaking of sophomores, that's a freshman, number 3, Gabe Service. Puts the Riverhawks back within 10. Gretz donning some pink shoes over there. Eli Johnson for 3 from the right side. Nothing but the bottom of the net for the big guy.
Notice I didn't say don't shoot that one.
Service with 5 points. In the last 30 seconds, Wildcats are going to call a timeout. I don't think Coach Campbell likes that defense over there on Gabe Service. And we're going to say thank you once again to First National Bank of River Falls.
First National Bank of River Falls is a proud sponsor of River Falls High School. We have been sponsoring River Falls High School athletics for over 50 years. We are proud to support area students, student athletes, and educators within the schools. Together, we are building a better community, one child at a time.
Well, Jeff, it's Wildcats up by 11. Had a little bit of some defensive breakdown there in the last 2 possessions. What do you think Coach Campbell's telling his squad right there during the timeout?
I don't think he liked the matchup with Service. He got after a couple of Wildcat perimeter players. Don't think he liked the matchup first of all, and I think they got a little bit lax defensively. And hopefully, we got a little pressure here. Good job breaking it.
Preston Johnson for 3, no good, and rebounded by Meyer. Here come the Riverhawks. Gretz guarding Baisley.
Help. Didn't have weak side help there. We gotta be watching. We gotta wait watching man and ball.
Yeah, number 10 Peyton Strittmatter took Olsen baseline. Olsen got the foul basket, no good, and Strittmatter will be at the line for 2 shots, down by 11 with 9:10 left in the second half. Back in the game for the Wildcats, number 13 senior Hayden Botlefson. Cody Olsen will take a seat.
Cody with 3 fouls. Give him a little bit of a breather here.
4 team fouls for the Wildcats, just 1 for Central. And they put on a full court man-to-man press, little trap. Preston dribbles right through that. Nice pass cross court to Joey Butts. Just short. Johnson, Preston that is, with the rebound. That was kind of a ticky-tack foul, but they're going to get Eli Johnson with a push, but both players were battling for position, and the junior center for the Wildcats got tapped with a foul. That's his third foul and team 5th. 8:49 remaining in the second half. Wildcats up by 9. Service, shots blocked. And Service will get the foul. That block was by number 13, Hayden Botlifson. Got a big paw on it.
I was a little concerned they were going to give that to Eli, Mike. I don't know what you're...
I was a little bit too.
Yeah.
Service just ran right into him.
Usually the bigger guy, they...
Well, that's what's happened on two of his fouls,
Yes.
one here in the second half and one here in the first half. It was just because he's bigger and stronger, and the other guy went down to the floor. Preston Johnson with the ball. Wildcats. Gretz tries to throw it into Johnson. That one's kicked out of bounds by Strittmatter.
Got that weak side guy coming over anytime we get it in the post, so we've got to be very careful of that. I think we were able to recognize that in that play.
Botlifson to throw it in. There's Preston Johnson. I was going to go all the way to the rack. Scoops up with the right hand. Smooth as silk. Preston Johnson, 2 points for the Wildcats.
Axness was just a little bit slow getting to that, trailing Preston.
Nice design on that out-of-bounds play, Mike. I like that. That's kind of a newer one that I'm not sure I've seen a lot of.
Mm-hmm. There's a three-point attempt by number 4, Dane Axness, and it'll be Wildcat basketball out of bounds on the Riverhawks. Mike, I'm going to ask you about this so that Dad doesn't have to talk about it, but Preston Johnson, absolutely explosive when he turns that corner right at the elbow there.
Mm-hmm. You know, and I think part of it is he gets low. Nice and low, that explosion happens.
Boy, I tell you what, Joey Butts stayed under control, went up, shot a nice little jump shot about 4 feet. Wildcats back up by 13. Great timeout by Coach Zach Campbell.
Settled them down a little bit. They hadn't scored in a while. They got a couple quick buckets here and lead back up to 13.
Botlifson and Joey Protaski were going at it down low on the block. Boy, Baisley is quick as a cat. Little fall away, no good.
They'll give him that shot.
Yep, absolutely.
Nice rebound by Eli Johnson. Preston Johnson with the ball. Wildcats probably not looking to score too quick, but gonna take what they can get.
Yep. Extra pass
for 3. Hey, he knocks it down.
Good extra pass that time. Wide open 3 by Gretz. Lead up to 16.
Braden Gretz with a 3 from the right side puts the Wildcats up to their biggest lead of the ball game, and another turnover by the Riverhawks. And the Wildcats are roaring here in half number 2 down in La Crosse.
You know, Jeff knows how conservative I am with these. I'd pull it out and go 4 corners.
4 quarters the rest of the game?
Yep. You know, whoever's handling that ball coming up, I think the rest of our 4 guys really need to be watching that.
Preston Johnson, nice little bounce pass to Eli Johnson. Back out to number 24, Joey Butts. Great save by Eli Johnson to Botlifson. Boy, Eli Johnson is just working his tail off down low.
Good hustle by all the boys.
They all are. Yeah, they're just doing a heck of a job hitting the glass tonight and defending on the other end of the floor.
And if they're not getting position, they're getting hands on it, getting tips on it. They're fun to watch tonight. Jonas Severson back in for the Wildcats, and number 12, Jalen Calvert, in for Central. Preston Johnson to throw it out on the baseline for the Wildcats. Severson with the ball, guarded by Calvert. Preston back out to Botlifson.
Take our time here. Plenty of time.
Clock is the Wildcats' friend at this point in the ball game.
Take our time.
They throw it into Eli Johnson. He's checking the scene out. Nice little Kevin McHale right-handed turnaround hook.
I think he was a little bit too far away from the basket, Mike, I thought that time.
Meyer, step up. Going to get fouled on the shot for 3 shots. That foul was on number 13, Hayden Botlifson. And Henry Meyer will go to the line for 3 shots. 50-34 your score. 5:57 left in the second half.
Yeah, exactly what we didn't need at that point right there, Mike.
Yep, the clock stopped in three opportunities.
By their best player.
Yeah.
Meyer missed 2 of the 3.
That's a huge victory right there. I just assumed he'd make all 3. Meyer close to an 80% free throw shooter last year. He missed
all 3.
And they get the rebound.
Noah Dingle with the rebound and the putback, and brings the Riverhawks back within 14. Boy, Preston Johnson's done a heck of a job breaking the press tonight. Braden Gretz thought about the 3.
Take your time. You got no rush.
Smart play by the senior Braden Gretz. Jonah Severson guarded by Calvert. Wildcats just kind of working it around. Gretz guarded by Meyer. Meyer knocks it out of bounds. Smart play once again. Heads up play by Braden Gretz.
Replacing Henry Meyer.
Henry Meyer going to take a seat. Back in for Central, number 3, Gabe Service. Nice pass from Preston Johnson to Jonas Severson, rebounded by Noah Dingle. That's maybe not Jonas Severson's shot here with 5 minutes left in the game. Three-point attempt by Strittmatter, and Strittmatter knocks that one down. Central back within 11, 4:39 left in the ball game. Well, we talked about it in pregame, Jeff. The River Falls Wildcats have not beaten Central as far as we can remember for sure. Zach Campbell has not beaten the Riverhawk. Let's just take. You guys want to take a quick break? We'll chat. We'll chat about it.
Yeah, I believe the Century started with a 1, not a 2.
Yeah,
was the last time the Wildcats beat La Crosse Central, so that'll give you an indication how long it's been.
Yeah,
game not anywhere close to being over yet at this point, though, Greg. With
we got a lot of time to go.
4.5 minutes is going to probably take about an hour here.
A lot of time, a lot of possessions, and
well, the Wildcats have 6 team fouls. That could be a factor down the chute. And Central hasn't shot free throws too well tonight either.
No, I would think that later in the game, these kids are, a lot of them are battle tested. They've been on that state team last year, and Coach Fergut will have those kids in to cut this lead from 11 down to whatever. So,
well, we talked about it in the pregame. Wildcats, though they have a lot of new guys on the varsity squad this year, they're two seniors and 2 juniors. They have Preston and Eli and Joey Butts and
and Jonah.
Yeah, Jonah Severson. Yeah, they're battle tested as well.
Experience matters in this game, especially in the early part of the season.
Well, and just being
a lot of kids haven't played.
And this is the type of game too, and the type in the game where they're going to be D'ing you up, and you got to be strong with the ball. The whistles tend to get swallowed a little bit at this time in the ball game. We'll see what happens.
Especially for the visiting team.
Yep. Gretz for 3. That's going to be out of bounds on number 12, Jalen Calvert. Wildcats got a break there. And Preston Johnson will throw it on the baseline. On the court for your Wildcats, Severson with the ball. There's the play out to Preston Johnson. No foul called.
2 or 3 times there. Yep.
Jalen Calvert had 2 reach-ins. They caught one of them. And the Wildcats will take it out on the baseline. That's the first foul on Calvert and 4th team foul. 50-39, that's your score. 4:16 remaining in the second half. Botlefson with the ball, kicks it back out to Joey Butts. Wildcats in a little spread offense right here. Working some clock. Preston Johnson.
Right by him. Well,
nice little pass over to Gretz for 3. Good rebound by Calvert. Here come the Riverhawks. Calvert all the way to the cup, in and out. Scramble for the ball, and you got to call around the back. You can't call a jump ball when the guy's behind him reaching around his back to grab the ball, but they did. And the possession arrow points Central way, taking it out of bounds for the Riverhawk number 10, Peyton Strittmatter.
Brody gets back in the game.
Got to run him off the three-point line here, Mike.
No extra threes.
There's a three from Calvert. Long rebound by
That's the guy we don't want shooting. Oh.
That three by number 10, Strittmatter again.
One on
Here come the Wildcats.
Pull it out. Yep.
Severson in, back out to Butts for three. Tank it, clanking around the rim, no good. Out on Calvert, it'll be Wildcat basketball. Once again, another break for River Falls.
Yeah, nice job by Jonas staying with the play there. He wasn't in the best position and was able to keep it alive. And
just get a fingertip on it. That's what they've been doing all night.
Get another possession.
Severson kicks it back out to Botlefson. Gretz over to Severson. Severson going in with his left. Nice kick back out to Joey Butts. Starting to get a little handsy here with 2:52 left in the ball game.
Boys got to take it, handle it with two hands, and sweep it nice and low.
Severson tries to go backdoor to Butts. He's fouled, and that's the fifth team foul. Wildcats will be on the baseline once again.
The clock is on our side. We just rolled off 30 seconds worth of clock right there. We're not tired, and the Riverhawks were making them tired.
Joey Butts
Take care
receives
of it, boys.
the inbound pass.
Take care of it, boys.
Nice pass from Gretz inside to Preston Johnson. That's blocked out of bounds, but will remain Wildcat basketball.
I'll say this, guys. Gabe Service is going to be a player.
Oh, yeah.
He already is, but boy, in 3 years, it's scary to think about what he's going to be.
He's got some fast twitch muscles in those legs. Henry Meyer is back in for Central. Preston Johnson with the ball. Severson backdoor to Butts. Great pass. Great wraparound bounce pass by the senior Jonas Severson. Joey Butts will go to the line. That foul was on number 20, Noah Dingle. That's his third and team sixth.
That's kind of a go-to set that the Wildcats have used for years and years and years, and always effective. It seems like they got it down. Good pass that time to Joey, and Joey is pretty darn close to money from the free throw line.
Make the second one. Again, saw a little bit of the huddle beforehand, as the viewers did too. Kids got their matchups, and I know Coach, before that first time out, or after that first time out in the second half, very clear on that with the boys.
Butts gets his second one to go. 52-39, 2:17 left in the second half.
Yep. Let him run some clock. No reason to foul here, guys.
Nope. Great help. Outstanding help by...
Good.
Meyer and Preston Johnson going at it, doubled up there by Bollefson. Calvert over to Strittmatter. Dingle for three, no good. Nice strong rebound by Joey Butts, but
Wildcats got possession here, so just let it go. Yep. Let it go, guys.
Bollefson and Calvert battling for the ball, and possession arrow points Wildcat way.
Alternate possession, River Falls.
Central full court man-to-man press still.
How many timeouts do we have left, guys?
Good pass.
Boy, that was a textbook press offense right there. Severson to Butts. You can count that one. Meyer from way downtown, no good. Nice rebound by Service. Preston Johnson gets the missed shot by Strittmatter. Joey Butts pulls it back.
We're taking the air out. Beautiful.
Gritz to Severson, and the Wildcats are staked to a 56-39 lead with 57 ticks remaining on the clock.
I think that's your dagger, Greg.
The Wayne Larrabee dagger.
And ladies and gentlemen, there is your dagger. Jonah Severson to Joey Butts. And the Wildcats are going to get their first win at Central High School in over 2 decades. And the first win at Central against Central for Coach Zach Campbell.
Got some new guys in. Get to see Jacob this half. We've also got Cale Dumond coming in and Mason Novak. A couple of sophomores joining a senior.
Well, it's going to be a tough call. After the game's over, Jeff, kind of sort of write some stats down, and Ava will decide the player of the game.
Okay.
The Swinging Bridge Brewery.
Ava, Amelie,
and
Brooke.
Amelie and
All
Brooke.
3 of you, yeah.
Yeah.
But they won't be able to hear his stats, though. So you'll
Well,
have to tell them.
you can just judge it based on what you've seen. So.
Yeah.
Yep. Because I doubt we'll get any before unless Coach Hackle comes through for us here.
We just kind of talked. We're in between about 3 players right now.
Well, Swinging Bridge Brewery they've had some trophies made too, and they'll pass those out at a later date. We'll get the guys up on camera. There'll be a lot of games, a lot of trophies, a lot of wins. Hopefully, right?
Hopefully.
Let's talk about who's out on the floor right now. Tanner Bottleson, number 3. Mason Novak, number 5. Cale Dumond, number 25, who just tipped the ball away there. Jacob Hansen, 21, and Cody Olson, 11. So Wildcats getting their entire team out on the floor tonight.
There's a 3-point attempt by number 21, Dawson Alapic. Rebounded by the Wildcats. Here comes Tanner Bottleson.
Oof.
Well, the Wildcats were picked to win the preseason pick to win the BRC this year, and they are currently number 9 on Wiz Sports in Division II. And those preseason prognosticators were right on something because the Wildcats looked outstanding in game number 1. There's your final score: River Falls 56 and the Central Riverhawks 39. Great ball game, boys. Mike, you first. What are your thoughts?
No, I was really pleased with how the boys, with a 7-0 deficit, didn't quit, didn't get their heads down. They just continued to fire, look for some good looks, and the constant was just playing really tough D and getting after the ball and doing their assignments, and with some timely shooting in the second half and great defense again. That was a nice recipe. So really impressed. I was actually surprised by this first game, with this outcome. Where Central had they had a game under their belt already. I think that means a lot this early in the season.
Jeff, your thoughts on tonight overall, but I guess specifically, I thought River Falls handled the ball extremely well. Not a lot of turnovers. I mean, that's huge, and especially in the first game of the year.
For sure. I think they had a little bit of a rocky start.
Right.
Being down 7-0 early, but they kept their poise for sure, and I think that's what experience really brings to you. Having 4 returning starters, Greg, that are back this season, and they kept their poise. They were able to kind of inch their way back into it. And what's that? Oh, who do you want?
Who's the player that
the girls are deciding?
We chose Preston.
All right, just have Preston come up. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, your Swinging Bridge Brewery Baller of the Week is junior point guard Preston Johnson, and we'll have Preston Johnson up here momentarily. But go ahead and keep talking about it.
Yeah, I think having that experience, that junior and senior leadership that we have this season really made a big difference as they weathered that early storm. Last year the Wildcats got down early and they just kind of folded because they had a bunch of kids that just hadn't played before against this team.
Well,
And
the other thing too, a lot of people look at stats and points and things like that, but I think Preston's one of his biggest. Obviously handled the ball, but man, he did a heck of a job on Henry Meyer tonight on defense. I mean, outstanding. That kid is a heck of a player, and I don't know if he had double digits.
If he did, it was just barely.
Right,
so
right.
And, yeah, they did a nice job. They defended him differently than Eau Claire North did. Eau Claire North just face guarded him, and what happened there is that he was just cutting to the basket left and right, and they weren't able to stay with him. Whereas we just paid our traditional defense, obviously paid attention to him, and did a good job staying in front of him. I thought, and it was a team effort for sure, as it always is on the defensive end. And Henry Meyer's going to get his this season. There's no doubt about that.
No question about it. And there's not going to be too many other times, probably the rest of his career, where he's going to miss 3 free throws back to back to back.
No, and it ended up getting him 2 points because they got an
That's
offensive rebound and scored.
That's true.
No, you're right. It just wasn't his night, and that happens. That's going to happen to probably everybody on the Wildcat team this season too. So, but yeah, just a great start to the season. Couldn't ask for more. Mike and I were kind of texting earlier during the day what we thought might happen today, and it was, well, I hope we can stay in the game. I hope we can. Stay in it at the end, and they actually pulled away at the end. So,
well, do you think Coach Campbell's talking to the guys, or should we? You want to?
Coach Hackle went to get him.
Okay.
So,
Okay. Yeah, we'll hang on.
Here he comes.
Okay. I wonder if he knows how to. Oh, there we go. Well, we have.
Greg, you're gonna have to do this interview.
Yep,
You and Mike can do it. I'll just listen to you guys.
He can have my microphone.
Yep.
Okay.
So let's have Preston go stand over.
I'll give him mine.
Yep,
so
yep.
He's already got my germs anyway.
We have Preston Johnson coming up here. We'll get his headset on and momentarily. All right. Put it on those two over there.
Tired.
Do this? Well, ladies and gentlemen, Preston, we have something new this year. We have the Swinging Bridge Brewery Baller of the Week.
I love that.
And you were selected. Put that mic a little bit closer right there. There you go. Yep. You were selected the Baller of the Week. Outstanding game, shooting and scoring and all that stuff, but we talked about it before you got up here. You handled the ball extremely well, and you played some outstanding defense on Meyer. Talk about the game real quick.
Yeah, so in practice, we've been drilling all week. He makes it tougher in practice than it is in game. So when it comes to game time, we're just used to it. And guarding Meyer, last year, before I broke my ankle, I worked on guarding the toughest guy every game. I guess I'm just kind of used to it. He's a tough player. He also didn't shoot well all night, but I thought we just got a good win.
One more question, and I'll let Mike have one with you. But you lost your big horse early. Eli Johnson goes out with 2 fouls early in the first half. You guys are kind of down 7-0. What happened where you guys pulled it together and then came on strong?
We had guys that just stepped up. Cody Olsen came in the game. He got a bunch of rebounds. Hayden Bottleson. H-Bot.
Yeah.
Everybody just made plays. Jonas Severson crashing the glass. That's all it was. So me and Joey could create on offense, and that's how we did it. They created for us.
Yeah, go ahead, Mike. You have a question for him?
I guess 2 questions. The first one, how does it feel to beat Central?
I
mean, it's been such a long time. It's actually before
I was checking.
my wife and I were married.
You weren't even born yet.
You weren't even born yet.
No.
You know what the year?
In the 1900s, 1990 something.
Yeah, it's been a while.
How's that feel? You've
feels
seen
amazing.
plenty of these games.
My brother lost them. I've never beat them last 2 years. We got 30-piece by them both years, so it just feels really good to beat them.
Yeah. Secondly, we were talking. You had a really nice first half shooting and playing, but did you notice a little bit right off the bat, Coach Ferget and the defensive adjustment he made on you? Did you notice that right off the bat?
I did a little bit. I noticed more pressure, but again, that's what Campbell wants us to learn. He makes the drills in practice a lot harder than it's going to be in games, so that's how I prepared for it. I expected it coming in. We saw it last year. We saw it the year before, so we just expected it, and then we executed.
Last question I have for you, Preston. The whole game, I mean, from start to finish, and it's not the first time. You guys always do it, but your team plays so unselfish, and then it's open man. You guys take very, very good shots. Like, is that something that, how does Coach Campbell teach you guys to do that?
Obviously, he talks about it a lot, but this is the best chemistry team I've ever been a part of.
Why is
sports,
that?
It's just, first off, we've been playing together a while, but everybody loves everybody. Team meals, we're always together. Everybody loves each other. So I think that's just the main reason we play unselfish. Everybody trusts each other. And that's just how we do it.
Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Preston Johnson is your Swinging Bridge Baller of the Week. Thanks for tuning in tonight. We'll get a picture here. Go ahead.
Oh, you guys got that?
We had
Before
to
we
get some
end,
pictures.
Mr. Hackle wanted me to shout out the fundraiser we're doing for River Falls basketball.
Okay.
He just wanted me to mention it. So
We'll talk.
there's
Well,
that.
we have time. Go ahead.
It's just players are sending out like these links, and then it's just you could donate for fundraisers. It helps us with like team trips or whatever. So they just wanted me to mention that.
Okay, we'll do. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there's your final. Wildcats win 56-39. They go to 1-0 on the season, and Central drops to 1-1. When's the next game, Preston?
Next Tuesday, New Richmond conference opening at their place.
At New Richmond. Okay,
Yes, sir.
Thanks for tuning in to the River Falls Sports YouTube Network. We'll see you on Tuesday. Good